Hello, everyone, and today we're going to be talking about how the DNC so far has been pretty much of a flop. It has not garnered much attention. The ratings have been pretty poor on all of the major news networks and obviously on live streams on YouTube and so on. It has not garnered as much of attention as I believe that the Democrats would have preferred it to get. However, we're going to talk about what's happened so far. We're obviously 2 days into it. This is the third day. It's about to start. Let me check. I believe it's about 7 o'clock right now. It's about 6:50 right now. So, um, day three is going to start in around an hour, which is going to be interesting. Obviously, I'm going to be watching, and paying attention. Actually, probably will start around 9, but um, we're going to be talking. I'm going to be talking about how it has not done as well as I believe the Democrats would have wanted. Um, and just keep going. They have a lot. They have had a lot of speakers there. Anybody ranging from John Kasich to Bernie Sanders, Bill Clinton. They're gonna have Hillary and Joe Biden and Barack Obama, and a lot more speakers tonight. Obviously, being the closing night, Joe Biden accepted the nomination last night. Um, but we're gonna be talking about it. So the first issue that I have with the DNC so far is that there's been a lot of mixed messaging, especially with the platform. Bernie Sanders has been there. He's been saying that, Joe Biden has been picking up his ideas and um, adding it to the DNC platform and adding it to his agenda, what he's going to do when he gets into office. And then you have John Kasich making a video at the DNC and a lot of Republicans coming out and endorsing Joe Biden. And I think that a lot of people are going to get a lot of mixed messaging and not know really what Joe Biden stands for. To quote Aristotle, a friend of all is a friend of none. If Joe Biden's going to take the whole position, every single side of the position of the Democrat Party, ranging from conservative to liberal, he's not going to get really a lot of enthusiasm because nobody's going to know where he's going to fall. I mean, he obviously says he's a moderate, and then Bernie Sanders and Linda Sarsour out there talking about how they're taking control of the agenda and the platform. And then you have John Kasich saying that Joe Biden's a good, decent man and he's going to be a good president. So a lot of people are confused right now. A lot of people don't know um, what the platform is going to be. And I don't think that's going to help Joe Biden. I don't think it's going to increase enthusiasm. I do think if Joe Biden did pick a side, he would increase enthusiasm. If he picked a more liberal side, he's going to get more of the liberal side of the party out, who thought that he stole the nomination from Bernie Sanders, and if he picks the moderate side, he could get a lot of undecideds or independent voters and even some Republican voters that are turned off by Trump and want some dignity and some, I guess, in their minds, some honor restored in the White House with Joe Biden. But if you're going to pick every side, I don't think it's going to end up well for Joe Biden. Um, that's just with the mixed messaging. Obviously, there has been a lot of criticism from some of the speakers, including Bill Clinton, um, the way he refers to the Oval Office and, people drawing hypocrisy from his speeches. The only speech that did get a lot of enthusiasm was Michelle Obama's that she made on a pre-recorded video. However, she didn't even talk about it. Was probably recorded like a week ago because she wasn't talking about any of the current events. She was just bringing up moral arguments. But obviously, that is important and very important, especially in this election. And that's why I did get a lot of enthusiasm and was regarded as a pretty good speech at the convention. And we're gonna see what the speakers are gonna talk about tonight. Hopefully that it works out well for them. But they've also haven't gotten the best ratings. A lot of people haven't been that enthused about the Democratic National Convention. I don't think that the Democrats are going to get as big as a bump in the polls as they would have expected. They might not even get a bump in the polls. Um, and that is not their fault. It's obviously because of the coronavirus. But given that it's all virtual, and we'll see what happens with the Republicans, I don't think that the Democrats will get as big as a bump as they would have wanted. Pause that. Get to look at this lady smile. Um, and there's a lot of other stuff. Let's see. the virtual part of it, I would say, makes the convention a lot more boring than obviously would have been with a crowd cheering, and it pretty much just looks like a bunch of. I mean, I don't like to be like I don't want to be I don't want to make it sound bad. I mean, it is bad, but it does kind of just look like a regular Zoom meeting, um, with a bunch of pre-recorded messages by people that you know. I don't think people are going to be that enthused to watch a bunch of pre-recorded videos, like a slideshow, pretty much, or a Zoom meeting. And I do think that that's going to hurt enthusiasm, especially for Joe Biden, a candidate that does lack enthusiasm. Even though he has Kamala Harris, I'm not sure that that is going to even help him as much as a lot of people think that's going to help him. I know people say she is a charismatic and enthusiastic candidate, which I don't deny she is, but um, even with that, she didn't get that much support in the primaries. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I don't know why she didn't get as much support in the primaries. I obviously didn't study that. I'm not sure if it's trust or they just liked other candidates better or policies. I obviously don't know that. I can only make my own assumptions based on it. She was pretty much at 3% in the polls for the last big part of the primary until she dropped out. She only had her big boost after she went after Biden, but that didn't last long. Oh yeah, and Kamala Harris will be speaking tonight along with, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton. I'm not sure the whole list of speakers. Let's see. Here we go. We can look at it. Let's see. But anyway, yeah, I just don't think that. I think this has been a flop. It hasn't garnered a lot of enthusiasm. The ratings have been low. There's been a lot of mixed messaging. I'd like to see how the Republican convention turns out. I know Trump is trying to get somewhat of a small crowd there. I think that could help him. I think Joe Biden maybe should have done it outside, or gotten at least a few hundred people there to cheer for him, and they could have social distanced with all the other speakers. I do think that would increase, enthusiasm and attention towards it rather than everyone just pre-recording a video. And it is harder to talk to a video. It's much easier to talk to people in real life. I know that's hard for everyone to do nowadays, but I would say it is a lot more um, interesting, or you'd have much more inclined to pay attention to it when people are talking to a crowd rather than them just talking to a camera. So they do have that downside. Trump, I do believe he is going to have a small crowd there wherever he does it, whether he's doing it at the White House or Gettysburg. There's a lot of things, and the Republican convention could also be a flop. It just depends as to how much, if they do have mixed messaging, if they have a united party, if Trump, doesn't say anything that's too off the wall. It's really up to a lot of that stuff. But in my opinion, the Democrat National Convention has not increased much support for Joe Biden. If anything, it just lowered enthusiasm when people are watching it. At least that's my own opinion. Obviously, we'll see the polls as a reaction to the DNC. But as of right now, this is what I see with the Democratic National Convention, um, and a lot of the negatives from it. The only positives are that um, they obviously have united the party, and I guess you could argue that Joe Biden's getting support from people all across the aisle, so that could help him out. I just don't think. I think that it's mixed messaging, but you could obviously argue that as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna make another video on the RNC. Maybe I'll make another one after we see some polls as a reaction to the DNC in a few days. But anyway, thank you for watching. Um, Thank you for 20 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys stay tuned for more videos. This is obviously my input on the DNC, and it's obviously important that we pay good attention to politics because it affects our lives a lot. Um, yeah, and thank you for watching. We're getting close to 1,000 views, altogether, with all the videos combined, which is going to be a big achievement for me. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone for watching my videos. And I'm gonna make another video on the RNC, like I said. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos. I hope you guys enjoy. Please subscribe, and watch any of my previous videos if you're bored. Anyway, goodbye and have a great day.